Dior. Dior. Three things come to mind whenever I hear the name of this amazing fragrance company. I think quality, class, and groundbreaking. So everybody, thanks for stopping by my channel. It's Bradley back with another fragrance video. This is going to be a little bit of a different video, alright? This is going to be my take on the house of Christian Dior. It's going to be like a little mini-series I'm going to be starting up. It's going to be like a house review where I go over my favorite fragrance houses, show you all the cologne/fragrances that I have within that house, why I like them, and what I think the house has to bring to the table. So I really hope this is going to be a fun and entertaining video for you, so just grab a little bit of popcorn or something. Grab a nice seat. I'm going to be going on for a little bit here, so hope you guys enjoy. So Christian Dior is a fashion company that was founded in Paris in 1946, late 1946 to 1947 was about their opening year, and man, they have just been a centerpiece in the fashion industry for the last half century pretty much. They specialize in everything from women's beauty products to fashion, fragrance, and everything in between. They're one of the big, name brand designer companies. They're right alongside with Chanel, Hermes. They're pretty much right up there with them. They're one of the big dogs, and I think they're an amazing company. They put out great fragrances, and I'm going to show you some of the ones that I have in my collection that are my absolute favorites from the house. So in many people's eyes, the Dior fragrance line can be pretty much broken up into the two distinct halves. They have, even though they're a designer house, they have, in a lot of people's eyes, their designer line, and then they have their private collection, or a lot of people think that's more like their niche line. So their private line is pretty much their designer fragrances that are not as high quality as their privé collection, which is saying something because these designer fragrances can kick any other designer fragrances' butts in terms of quality. Like Dior is super high quality. Whenever I think of Dior, I'm thinking quality, something that's really classy, really elegant, and something that's very well constructed. And again, their privé collection, those are going to be their exclusives that are only available on the Dior website or in a boutique, and those are very pricey, but they're super, super nice and elegant and expensive, and they're worth every penny in a lot of people's opinions. Dior is such a groundbreaking company too. They put out fragrances that just blow people's minds, and they go against the norm. They're such a trendy, just kind of rebellious type company. Well, they'll release a fragrance that is completely out of nowhere, different than anything else on the market, and then it'll become the next big thing. Dior is famous for doing that, and I think they're such a revolutionary company, and that's why I love waiting for what they're going to put out next, because you never know what they're going to put out next. They could put out some groundbreaking new fragrance that just blows everybody's mind and becomes like the next big thing, So that's why I really love them. They just are surprises around every corner, And of course, whenever a new Dior fragrance comes out or I smell any Dior fragrance, I'm instantly thinking this is going to be high quality. Dior, they just put such masterful, meticulous just work into their perfumery that anything that they put out, I already know is going to be super high quality, very natural, very well constructed. I also love that Dior fragrances, for the most part, have a great lifespan. So, most fragrances are very linear, but with Dior fragrances, on my skin at least, they all change. I think that's just a testament to the masterful perfumery that they are just, man, I can't even begin to describe it. So without further ado, I'm going to start showing you guys my favorite fragrances from the house of Dior. I'm going to start off with their Dior Homme line. This is pretty much their starting line, pretty much the most popular line. It consists of many fragrances that are kind of flankers of the original Dior Homme. Speaking of Dior Homme, here it is right here. You see the logo on the top. All their bottles are just like this in the Dior Homme line. They're beautiful. They got the black stem written on top. It's got this square to rectangular design with the cap. Details everywhere. It's such high quality, really classy, and their bottles are the best in the business in my opinion. Their sprayers are beast mode as well. So guys, Dior Homme is really the foundation for the entire Dior Homme line, of course. This is the originator, the guy that started it all. This is such a daring and groundbreaking fragrance. It pretty much smells in the opening when you first spray it on like a bag of lipstick, or like a makeup bag or lipstick. Like I said, it has this iris note, which is a very kind of a feminine-y floral type note. Also has cocoa in the background, but don't be put off. This is made for men, but when guys spray it on, they're like, oh wait, this smells like lipstick. Like, why on earth would I want to wear this? That's why I love Dior. They're trendsetters. They make stuff that is just completely out of the blue, and this thing has become a huge hit because when you first spray it on, yeah, it's kind of feminine floral, but then wait for the dry down, guys. Some nice powdery cocoa starts to come out, and I get woods and leather in the dry down. It becomes super masculine. And this is such an amazing scent, guys. This has a great, like I said, fragrance life, when I spray it on, it's completely different from when it dries down like 4 or 5 hours later. So it's just masterful perfumery, and this is the one that started it all. Super classy, super just a nice, rich, elegant scent, and man, it was so groundbreaking, you know, to release something like this. This is when the aquatics were kind of dominating the game. To come out with something like this is just so revolutionary and mind-blowing. Alright, now I'm going to dive into the flankers of Dior Homme. This is Dior Homme Sport, the 2012 formulation. This is very similar to Dior Homme. It has that same sort of iris DNA in there, but this is much more lemony and zingy. It has a nice woodsiness to it, and I think it's a very nice scent overall. I got a review on that one. Check that out right here for a more in-depth look in it, but pretty much it has the same trademark Dior Homme DNA, just a sporty, more kind of version of it. It still retains its classiness and its sophistication, and that's what I also like about Dior. It has a lot to offer. It has something for everybody, which I think is a great, thing. It has all kinds of different types of fragrances. Dior has aquatic, it has gourmand fragrances, you got sporty fragrances, just has everything. So that's why I think it has an offering for everybody, and that's a really great thing. All right, guys, I'm just gonna take a time out really quickly. It seems oddly familiar. So guys, yeah, I was just drinking my lemonade, and this is exactly what this reminds me of right here. Dior Homme Cologne. This is kind of the rebel or the dark horse, if you will, in the Dior Homme line, because it does not have that trademark Dior Homme iris DNA. This thing smells just like this right here. Made this lemonade yesterday, fresh hand squeezed. Such a, oh man. It smells like ice cold lemonade on a hot summer day. Super refreshing, super natural, super crisp. I also have a review of that one, so go check it out for a more in-depth review of this one. This is one of my all-time favorites from the house. Super high-quality citrus scent, and it's just another great fragrance from the house of Dior. Obviously, I have a pretty big bottle of this one, so I'm going to be rocking this juice a lot. But this is a great offering for the guys out there who like really nice, high-quality citrus scents. Alright, now I'm going to be talking about this one, also from the Dior Homme line. This is Dior Homme Eau for men. This is a pretty relatively new release. I think it was maybe 2015 or 2014. I can't really remember. But this one is, yeah, it has the same trademark Dior Homme DNA, but this has grapefruit mixed in it. So it sort of smells to me like a mix between Bleu de Chanel and Dior Homme, which is very interesting and unique. This one often gets overlooked in the Dior Homme lineup, but I don't think it should, because this is an amazing underdog type fragrance. I love this scent. It works great in the spring and fall. It has a very nice masculine quality to it, yet it's super classy, super rich and refined at the same time. I think this really needs to get more notice, and I think more people need to go try it out. It's this little sample I have right here, and I love wearing this stuff every year. And I could not go through the Dior Homme lineup without mentioning this one right here. This, to a lot of people, is their favorite fragrance. People call this the best designer fragrance of all time. What else could it be than Dior Homme Intense? This is the intense version of Dior Homme. So as you can see, Dior Homme just has a million different flankers, right? And I think they're all very successful, and there's a flanker of Dior Homme for everybody. If you like really nice, rich, dark, gourmand scents, this is the one for you. If you like higher quality citrus scents, really nice, bright, and natural, go for this one. If you like sporty scents, go for this one right here. If you like more classy scents, go for this one right here. I mean, there's just something for everybody. That's why I think Dior did such a great job in that category. But Dior Homme Intense pretty much smells like rich cocoa, iris, really nice. Almost got like a marshmallow accord in here too. I don't know if that's just me, but such a nice scent. It's powdery. Again, it has sort of a little bit of a feminine quality up top, but it's just a really nice scent, great performance, and go check this one out. It's a legend in the community. It's been hyped to death, so I'm not going to waste my time with it anymore, but yeah, Dior Homme Intense. And that pretty much wraps up the Dior Homme line. They have a very nice, extensive lineup within the Dior Homme branch, and I think you should go check out one of those. I hope that this inspires you to sort of go and check out some Dior fragrances kind of get into the house. Next, I'm going to go into their most recent release as far as their designer line. This is Dior Sauvage, came out 2015. And this thing has, man, I've never seen a fragrance get so popular so quickly. This has been dubbed the next big thing. Everybody's heard of Dior Sauvage. This is kind of Dior's answer to Bleu de Chanel. And this is a very polarizing fragrance. This made a lot of people mad because when Dior released it, all the fans of Dior were expecting them to release a groundbreaking new fragrance. They're like, oh, this is Sauvage. It's going to be sort of like Dior Eau Sauvage or something like that. It's going to be, really groundbreaking, crazy fragrance. It's going to be out of this world. But when they smelled it, This is sort of a mass-pleasing, generic type fragrance to a lot of people, so that got a lot of people mad, but to some other people, this thing is great. So this just has its ups and its downs, but overall, I have a review of this one. Check it out. If you like just a masculine scent that is fresh, it has some nice depth to it, go check this one out. Very popular, and I think it's a pretty good release from the house. This is kind of their answer to Bleu de Chanel, and this is their mass-pleasing scent. A lot of people weren't happy when they released this, but get over it. It's a really good scent. Alright, and I cannot go without, of course, mentioning the Fahrenheit line from Dior. Dior, when they released Fahrenheit, it's that super, crazy violet leaf, oil slick, leathery fragrance with some woodiness, some musk, some florals, and that really just changed the fragrance game forever. It pretty much reintroduced what a men's fragrance could be. And I have Dior 32 right here, Dior Fahrenheit 32. This is pretty much a white floral scent. It has orange blossom and it has some vanilla, so it's creamy orange flowers. And if you like the really masculine scents, go for Dior Fahrenheit. It's really, really good, and this is a really nice flanker too, so go check this one out too. Not one of my favorites of the house, but I do have it and I do like it. Alright guys, last but not least, I'm going to go into the Dior Private Collection. So I only have one fragrance from the Private Collection, and at one point I was debating buying a full bottle of this, a full 100 ml bottle. But I'm going to stick to my sample. This is Dior Fave Delicieux. This has been hyped up so much recently, guys. This is pretty much one of the best gourmand fragrances you will ever smell. I mean, you can quote me on that. This is a super high quality gourmand. It has a bitter sweetness to it. Pretty much has cocoa. It has some vanilla, like a roasted nut vibe to it. It's a very dry gourmand fragrance. It's so natural, and this is just kind of what Dior can do. This is a sleeper, and it really just kind of boom, came out of nowhere, and it just killed it. As soon as this thing got in the limelight, it just killed it. So go check out Dior Fave Delicieux if you like gourmand fragrances. It's a little bit expensive, but I think it's definitely worth it. That brings me to my final topic, guys. Don't be scared of Dior. Okay, I know they're a pretty big company. They have a lot of really nice expensive fragrances. Don't feel like, oh, Dior's really fancy, I don't need anything that fancy. No, you do not know what you're missing. If you don't own any Dior fragrances like this one, you are missing out on a whole lot, my friend. You really need to get some Dior fragrances in your lineup. I got one, and I love it so much, I had to get more and more and more. I think they're my favorite fragrance house. They just do quality. I would stack them up with any niche house, and don't be afraid of the price tags as well. I know Dior can be a little bit expensive, but trust me, it's worth every penny. Go and sample all the Dior fragrances. You can find them pretty much in the Dior boutiques or just in any department store. So go check them out, find ones that you like, and trust me guys, you do not know what you're missing. You have to get your nose on some Dior fragrances. They don't release them too often, but when they do, I can guarantee it's going to be high quality, it's going to be groundbreaking, and it's going to be classy. So that's my take on the Dior lineup. Let me know what your favorite Dior fragrances are and what your thoughts are on the Dior line as a whole. This is kind of my first attempt at a house review video, so let me know how you guys liked it. Please leave comments and like this video, share it, do what you gotta do, and see you guys later with another video.